Welcome to the Firebelly Social Show. We're focused on talking to food and beverage brands that are on a mission to make the world better.
Hey, everyone. Duncan here with another episode of the Firebelly Social Show where I talk with founders and leaders of mission-driven food and beverage brands. And for anyone who knows me, this is one of my favorite things to do. I get to dig in with founders. They're driven people. They're changing the world. So it's something I love to do. And today I'm so excited because we have Pacific Soul in the house with Carolina Nogales and Oliver Pinto. And this is just one of those brands. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos that I've done about the brand. It immediately feels different. The branding is vibrant. The products are beautiful. And underneath it all is a deeper conversation around wellness, culture, flavor, and I think really how people are starting to snack and will continue to snack. So Carolina and Oliver, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us. We're so excited.
Hey, Duncan, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I have so much to talk about. So let's start a little bit with the origin story. What made you guys decide to go into business and start Pacific Soul?
Sure. So everything has started when I got relocated. We got relocated from Bogota to Midland, Michigan. We're both chemical engineers. At that time, I was working for the chemical industry. And we got into a program where it was required for me to go to the States or come to the States. And in that process, we didn't realize how our life was going to change. Suddenly we were, super busy, or I was all the time traveling, meetings. And with that, I stopped consuming, the fruits, the vegetables, everything that I used to do, having at back home, just eating whatever. And I didn't realize how that was affecting my health. So within 6 months of my relocation or our relocation, I started having health issues, headaches, fatigue. I couldn't understand what was going on. It ended up having hypothyroidism. And when we were going deeper into what caused that, I learned that I was suffering from micronutrient deficiencies.
Oh my God.
And when we started studying, the cause, basically, I stopped consuming the diet, that supports the nutritional benefits in terms of, vitamins, minerals, all that stuff that mainly come from fruit, vegetables. I pretty much eradicate those. So we learned that we were not the only ones, that I was not the only one. I was part of a bigger statistic. We learned 9 out of 10 Americans don't consume fruit. They suffer for a type of micronutrient deficiency. So that is part of the idea of, in Colombia, I personally grew up in a small town surrounded by fresh fruit. Everything was natural, very powerful superfruits. And that's what is part of the idea of, let's bring that, those superfruits I grew up with. We know they have natural functionality, fiber, antioxidants. They have been studied for, multiple health benefits in terms of prevention to chronic diseases. So we were like, well, let's see if we can make this happen. This was some years ago. Then we started, trying to do, we're chemical engineers, so we knew freeze drying was the best technology to preserve the antioxidants and kind of those nutrients that are sensitive to heat. We started working, trying to find someone in Colombia that could freeze dry those superfruits. Of course, there are plenty of stories behind it of all the things that happened trying to find a manufacturer. But I think everything became inevitable when we became parents. Our daughter, Mila, she was a premature baby. So we had multiple situations with feeding, health situations with her prematurity. And when she was 1 year old, in the 1 year checkup, Mila was having a lot of issues sleeping, different things. And they told us that she was suffering from micronutrient deficiencies. the panel came back that she was low in multiple vitamins and different things. And that's when we realized that nutrition is not necessarily a foundation in at least for pediatrician, it was not there. So we started working with a nutritionist in Colombia, a pediatrician in Colombia. That time we had samples of everything that we had, all the superfruits in powder version in the snack as it is today. And the nutritionist knew about all this. She's from Colombia. And she was like, Mila has to consume everything intentional in 24 hours. She cannot just consume whatever. So from her snacks to her meals, everything needed to provide the nutrients. So we started up, she pretty much told us, just make the snacks on the go with the superfruits. They are going to provide the foliate, they're going to provide the B vitamins, everything that she needs. And that's what we did. Of course, we had to pause the project at that time and different things. And I started doing that. And when Mila, we saw how she was enjoying the snacks, she would point, and we were feeling so, at peace of knowing that she was consuming something that was 100% neutral. We knew how we were making the snacks, so we don't add absolutely nothing. That is just, we play with pressure to get the crunchiness, to remove the water, and that's it. So I think when we started seeing how our daughter was improving, her sleep was improving, and how happy she was with our on-the-go snacks and everything that we're doing, of course, was not the only thing. It's a whole system of nutrition. But that right there was the beginning of what is today Pacific Soul. We wanted to help busy professionals, parents that are looking to get nutrition on the go without compromising on flavors or that antioxidant, aminoactive compounds and nutrients that your body needs to thrive. So that's kind of how everything came into play.
You already answered like 5 of my questions. I mean, to me, this is not a snack. To me, this is a lifestyle brand, right? It's like, hey, if you want to have a lifestyle of wellness and healthiness, it's like this is such, I mean, it's easy to eat, they're fun, they're cool, they look good, they taste amazing, and they're good for you. So I think it's brilliant, and I have to ask, like, how'd you come up with the name Pacific Soul?
That's a good one. So, and it comes also with the traditions in Colombia. So, for us, the farmers and where I grew up, the farmers are considered Pacific people, like Pacific souls. They only care about, the land to produce, to, bring that nutrition the best way they can. So when we were looking at Pacific Soul, we wanted to build something that will honor our traditions, but also the people behind the fruit. So that's how Pacific Soul came into play. It also comes from our family traditions. My mom used to use, and she still uses all these fruits to do everything at home. Colombia is very traditional and holistic in terms of finding an herb, a fruit, a homemade tea, to whatever type of health situation we're going through. So it was also kind of an ownership to our moms and my mom, in terms of a lot of the recipes that I was using with my daughter was coming from my mom. So it's a combination of honoring our traditions and the people behind it.
And it's funny because a lot of people think that we're a brand from California. Because of the Pacific side. So we have to tell the story every time.
Well, I was gonna say, so, I mean, I have found in my life that you can fight things and then sometimes you get tired and you just give in. And so I was just gonna say that, what, maybe you guys are the first, Colombian surfers from California, because I can see all these t-shirts with Pacific Soul, and I mean, it's a really interesting time though, because I do think people, and it's kind of like cross demographic, I think that people do want healthier products. But I think that there's so much boring, shit out there. People want joy, they want experience, and you've clearly balanced that. I mean, people are moving away from processed snacks and, in ingredient transparency. I mean, my God, how much more transparent can you be than Pacific Soul? It's like, here's what it is. It's the fruit.
Yes, it's one
That's
single
it.
ingredient, and like you said, it can get like cleaner than that. And the trend is clear. It's not new. It's been around, I don't know, for the past 10 years that people have been asking for like healthier foods. People have been or have become more critical in what they
Conscious.
consume, more conscious. People read labels now. People are aware of that. And that's what we're trying to bring here. But at the same time, we understand that the American and its culture needs something that it's convenient because time is everything. So you have to have something that's convenient, that's healthy, and that's tasteful.
Tastes good.
Once you have those three, then you have something. That's what we're trying to build here.
Say it again. Healthy, tastes good, and convenient.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write it down. I mean, I think that's you that there really is something there. I mean, I myself, I just had the products, literally a few days ago, less than a week ago. And this morning, when I was thinking about interviewing you guys, I was like, I wish I had some of the mangoes.
Oh, the mango. The mango is a candy. It's a perfect candy
Yes.
spot.
And I think that the other thing about your brand is it's not preachy. It's like there's a lot of wellness brands that people they're telling you, well, if you don't do this, this is going to happen, and this is why you should have it, and it feels like just like they're talking down to you. Whereas I think you're giving people superfoods, and it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
That's the
great. I mean,
idea.
we're trying to be fun, and I think Karina shares this with me. I mean, we want to show ourselves as a fun brand, right, Kara?
Yeah, and the nutrition doesn't have to be boring. It
Exactly.
doesn't have to be, very squared, with following a format. And if you don't do, I have to feel bad. No, the idea is for you to grab it when you need it, the ones that you like it, the ones that you like, of course, in what we try to do also with the selection of the superfoods was to bring something for if you like more into sour, citrusy, you're gonna find something that is gonna wow you because it's very unique to explain the flavors that we're offering. It's just what nature perfected. And also, if you are in that sweet, smooth vibe, you're gonna find something that is gonna wow you as well. And we have to blame that to the richness of our country, the volcanic land, all those things, and of course the care of our farmers. All that is the recipe to have a great product for people to enjoy.
So I got some quick questions for you. So what surprises people when they first try Pacific Soul?
So the flavor and the texture, like people that love sour patches or that love that side of the spectrum. When we were doing the demos live, sampling people, and they were very exploring into that new exotic flavor. We will start with soursop, which is the lowest and the sour range, and they couldn't believe like it's so hard to describe. There were people telling me this is like ice cream, but it's freeze dried. You mean it's like it doesn't make sense, but it's like creamy. But when you go up to the spectrum, then you go with feijoa. Feijoa is a very unique flavor because it has that herbal and floral because it's actually coming from a tree that is very floral. So try to describe that. It's very interesting. You have to try it, whether you like it or not. Each one is going to find. And then goldenberry, it's just a pop of flavor. It's that wake up call. If you're, bored or you have a hard day and you need something to wake you up and bring that energy, just from the bursting in flavor, you're just going to be up. And then you start realizing all the nutrients that it comes with that flavor. And you're like, this is amazing. And it's just what nature did already without anything else to do.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to ask you, one of the things that a lot of emerging brands have to deal with is how hard discovery is today, right? And what's
Yeah.
it been like? What's it been like for you guys building awareness?
Ooh,
It is
definitely
definitely a challenge.
a lot of work.
It's
Definitely.
a lot of work and intentional work. It's not like we can just do whatever from
Mhm.
social media or the way that we are presenting the snacks because we care about nutrition. So it's not only about flavor, it's also caring about the system.
Mhm.
So definitely crossing that barrier of the unknown when you are
Mhm.
not face to face trying to explain or even testing it has been something to definitely work on. What we have tried to do to minimize that is we're sampling people on the streets.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're coming with, with a third party. This partner has been amazing. He brings our snacks. Actually, the first trial we did it in California. Just people on the street, which is your vibe? Would you be open to try? Honest opinions. We don't provide scripts. We just want, what they feel. If they like it, great. If they don't, it's totally fine. It may not be your flavor, and it's, not everything is for everybody.
Yeah.
So that has been very interesting to watch, and pretty much everyone finds something that they like. So we are trying to cross that line with not us telling the story, just other people with their honest opinions share what they see in the product.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but also because there's this extra layer of let's say complexity of flavors that people don't know. I mean, when
Mm-hmm.
we mention soursop, a few people know them. When we mention feijoa, 9 out of 10 have not heard of feijoa ever. Same with golden berry. Some people. So getting people to try those new flavors like out of the blue, it's harder. Because I mean, if we were, I don't know, like a traditional snack brand, people know what like popcorn is, what potato chips are. But these fruits, they haven't heard of them, so that makes it like tricky. There's more complexity there, but yeah.
And also in the known, like mango, probably Duncan. Do you think our mango is same as the other freeze dried mangoes out there?
no, it's way better.
So that's been also the challenge for the ones that already know mango and have
Mhm.
tried freeze dried mango, and they're like, maybe it was not my mango, it was whatever it was the reason,
Mhm.
or maybe it was good. Um, it's another mango. Why? So switch for the one that I already like, or it wasn't a good experience. So in all of them, we have a different type of challenge, but also trying to find that way to make people feel comfortable with the exploration.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And where are you in your journey right now? Like, how can people buy the product? I know you can buy it via e-commerce. Where else can people buy the product?
Right now, we're actually trying to get into brick and mortar stores. We just came back from our trip to California. We visited in Los Angeles and San Francisco. We had amazing feedback. Hopefully, some of the stores that we visit, they will start carrying our products. So we're slowly but surely getting there to get into kind of neighborhood stores, natural stores, so that you guys can find, us very close to your home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
we also
amazing.
have already like what kind of like 10, 11 stores right
11
now.
stores across.
Because people can purchase products like stores can purchase their products through Fair and Air Goods. So we're already building that portfolio of stores, but they're spread out across the US.
Yeah, that's super cool. And I think that discovery is such a big part of your journey, right? It's like we have to find the adventurous people, right? The people that want
Yeah.
adventure.
Mhm.
And I think the partnership that are you partnered up with David Aberdeen with
Yes.
Disco as well?
Yes, we are. He has been an amazing partner. I encouraged all the small brands to look at him. He believed in us. I remember we had our first meeting. We sent him samples, and as soon as he tried the product, he was like, "I want you guys. I believe in the product." And I think for us as a young brand, you need that validation from third party. We believe in when we're proposing, but of course, at the end, you guys are the ones that decide if it's worth to be in your home. So having his support and the way that he's helping us get into these stores has been tremendous support. So definitely one of our key partners in this journey. I'm very happy to be working with him. A great guy. We love him.
Also, I was going to say, also a cool person and very transparent. So
yes,
great person to work with.
Yeah, no, he is. And what a disruptor too. He actually crazy. I've known him for a few months, and what great energy. And he was actually on the podcast on Monday, and so I was asking him like, "You've got 31 brands. Who's 32?" And he's like, "I can't say yet." So, and the other thing I wanted to ask you about is, we were talking about all the things that you do, and social is so important for you. That's something I'm glad that you guys are doing well. So now I got some rapid fire questions for you. Well, actually, first of all, let me ask you this. What are you excited about right now? I know you just came back from California. You have so many things going on. What are you excited about right now?
I'm excited about precisely that. Once we come from a trip, there's this wave of excitement because of like we feel that our new opportunity is coming in. So that feeling is amazing.
And we got to give a shout out to Jordan Buckner too, right?
Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. Jordan gave it a shot. He tried all of the superfruits and he loved the yellow dragon fruit. And he was very kind to include us in the spring Food Baby Insider box.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to overtalk there. That's how I first originally came into touch with you. And I want to also, I'll connect you, but give a shout out to a guy that I really love, Jamba Dunn, his name is. And he is the founder of Rowdy Mermaid. And when he saw the post, he said that the soursop, he was using the soursop in a kombucha that they were making. But then the supply, they had an issue with supply, but yeah, I mean it's a difficult environment in some ways, although it is a great environment because we know that people want clean ingredients, people want transparency. I don't know if you guys saw the whole thing with Alex Ice Cream where they were doing, they were only using regenerative milk, and they changed, from regenerative milk to what is it, double A milk or A plus plus milk? I forget the exact description, and people are really upset.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we've seen similar cases ourselves. Let's say we purchase a product in the supermarket and we've been purchasing for a long time. And then when we go and check the label again, it's like, wow, this changed. I can assure
this ingredient wasn't like there.
Yeah.
Yes. So we've been noticing that. And it's unfortunate, but yeah, it is.
Now, what is your favorite flavor? I know that's like asking you to choose which your favorite child is, but what's your favorite? Or does it depend on the day?
It does depend on the activity, but for me, I really love golden berries. I think feijoa and golden berries are kind of deep in my heart because I grew up with those. Feijoa grows in the city or the town very close to the one I grew up, so I have that in heart. It's a flavor that it just brings me back home and my childhood. And just the burst of energy of goldenberry. I'm very active, so I'm always looking for that kind of pop in my day. So I think goldenberry and feijoa are kind of my top two.
Oh man, I'm torn here because I have a sweet tooth, so I love mango. I love mango. That's to me that's the I use it as a replacement of candy, so that's the one I like. But soursop, I think it has this balance that is really hard to find elsewhere. So yeah, those are my two favorites.
By the way, you Oliver, you could be the younger brother of my cousin. I will send you the photo of my cousin. The whole time I've been thinking, oh my God, it's Christopher on a call with me.
Oh my goodness.
So
We
even
gotta
the
do it side by
background.
side.
But okay, next question. What's been the hardest part of this journey so far?
Oof.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it's a tough one. But I know I like building anything from scratch is tough. It's just hard by nature. Getting people like to try the products perhaps has been a really tough challenge. Getting all the pieces together, because it's Caro and myself, and we've been doing most of the work, and we did it for a long time. Now we have a couple more team members, but managing that and at the same time managing like our personal life with our 3-year-old.
exactly.
So it's balancing everything. Oh, that's tough. There's no work-life balance here. It's just one whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to kind of just work when you have to work, and then you hang out and
Yeah.
do some rest when you have to.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm 25 years into my entrepreneurship journey, and it hasn't changed, So it's just I think but you're creating something, and you have freedom in many ways. So what's been one of the most rewarding moments so far?
Ooh. Well, I think I have two, one from the personal side and one from the business. I think in this trip in California, it was very rewarding to see how the conversation of a buyer changes as soon as they try the product. So I run into, manager, and they were like, "I don't have time. You just have a few seconds to pitch. Be quick." I had, everything ready, the 6 bags, show them, and they were like, as soon as they try it, they gave me 30, 45 minutes, even took me through the store, showing me the do's and don'ts, providing me tips. So it was very rewarding to see that, we can change the perception from what we're saying, but also as soon as they try it, it's a confirmation that we're doing something good and unique. So I think that was wonderful. And I think for the personal side, something that you mentioned is, I think, being there for our daughter, especially because she needed special support because of her prematurity. I think it has been very rewarding to see how that mix of us being able to provide the time and the effort to help her overcome her challenges, and that today she's a healthy, very happy child. I don't think we would have been able to do it if we had a 24, a regular job, because at the end, you don't have that flexibility. I'm very grateful to Pacific Soul and what we're building because we have the flexibility to be there for our daughter when she needs it. So I think those are the two key things for me personally in this journey.
Oliver?
Yeah, no, I second that. Yeah, being here for our daughter, but also like in my case, I have this like personal challenge of like proving myself as well, like building something. Like, are we going to be able to like with all the skills that we have, with like all the experience we bring here, are we able to like to build something? That's a question that revolves around my head. Like, do we have what it takes to build it? And then the answer is yes. Yes, we can do this, and we're going to do this. So that's like a personal like challenge that I have, that we're gonna make this succeed.
Yeah.
So when we see those like people like change their opinion or just their expression once they try the product, that's so validating, so rewarding. And it just pushes us to keep going, keep going.
That's awesome. Okay, so I want you to do a little manifestation. Okay, you ready to play this game with me? We're thinking it's now 2029. Okay, it's 2029, May of 2029.
Oh
Who
boy.
is your dream retailer?
My personal, because I have a love for this store, is Central Market.
Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
like
I
it.
have, and I thought it's also because we live in Houston. for more than, I think, 6 years or 8 years. So that
Right.
store, it was just amazing for us to go through, to shop the brands. I discovered so many brands. So it may not be the biggest, but it has, at that time I said, if I can be here one day with Pacific Soul, and this was years ago, I would be so happy. I don't know. It was,
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody's thinking about Whole Foods and the Sprouts. Of course, they are there. But I think for us personally, it's part of our story in how we
Yeah.
built
Yeah.
Pacific Soul. So it was a high, it was a motivation. I remember going through the store, it was like, mi amor, my husband, say, mi amor, look at this. We could be there. I see the meal. We could be in this aisle. So it was, it was kind of that motivation to see us there. But that's the reason I think it would be one of the top for me
Yeah.
to get
And
my vision.
I still remember walking the aisles of Central Market and trying to interview people.
Oh,
I was doing a
yes.
project. I was doing a project for the MBA, and the project involved like freeze-dried Colombian fruits because this idea has been like revolving around for a while.
A
So it
long
was
time.
part of entrepreneurship class, and I was just interviewing people like, oh, why are you purchasing X brand? What do you expect from like I don't know the teas that they were buying and things like that. And we were already like picturing, like our product at that time, we didn't think of snacks or snacks were just a small part. We were thinking about beverages with the fruits. So we
Powder
were thinking, oh,
function.
this could be, I don't know, this could compete with, I don't know, teas or fruit infusions, things like that. So we were doing interviews and taking notes and walking the aisles and just kind of creepy as well because we were just checking people out, like what they were looking at, how they were choosing, if they looked the brand or the package, or if they read the label, whatever. So, but it was funny. And since I don't know, this was 2018, 2019. So since then we've
Yeah.
been like going back to Central Market and it's been personal for us.
That's amazing. Well, I'm really so happy that we could do this today. And I wanted to let everyone know that's listening. It's pacificsoulfoods.com. And first time visitors get, I think, 15% off. So
Yes.
you got to check it
Correct.
out. I mean, there's so many delightful flavors. It really is a paradigm shift. So to everyone that's listening, you got to check it out. And I think you can get some aura or credibility or coolness points by bringing it to a party or to your friend's house and say, oh my gosh, you have to check this out. And share the love and show them what a cool person you are, and you can thank Oliver and Carolina later. So, yeah, anything else you wanted to add about where people can find you or anything like that?
Oh, I think you said it is our website is packsoulfoods.com. Of course, we'll be happy to see you guys there. If you have a store that you would love us to be there, please let them know, write them, so that it will help us get into those stores. And we're always open to, your messages in Instagram. We love to hear you guys. And we have very cool things coming up. We're rebranding. So we have been hearing our partners, our retailers, the people like you, Duncan, that have tried our product and they wanted us to be, more vibrant in the packaging, give more functionality, make it a little bit bigger. So we are making all those, and so we are listening and we're trying to iterate and change fast so we can be the snack and the partner that will bring some value to every day. So we're working hard. So we're open to all the feedback.
That's
And
amazing. And I
a
love
a
the
lot of fun. I was gonna say a lot of fun things are coming, like in the
Yes.
near future. I mean, obviously we can't say, but there are so
Yeah.
many things, cool things that are coming, and we're excited about that. So stay tuned, and we're super responsive. Like either Carolina or myself, we would respond to like DMs or the contact form on our website. Like, I mean, we love to see those messages, and they're
Yeah.
so motivating. So if anyone has a question either about the ingredients or the sourcing, whatever it is, I mean, you can just send us a message
And
and
that's amazing.
we'll happily respond to that.
Wonderful. I mean, I love founders like you who combine this intentionality with joy, and Pacific Soul really feels like that. It doesn't feel like compromised food. It feels vibrant and alive and modern. And one last shout out actually to Arshad Bal from Amrita Foods. Very similar story, was focused on his child, and today he has a thriving brand. So Carolina and Oliver, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Thank you for sharing your story. Thanks everyone for listening to another episode of the Firebelly Social Show. I'm Duncan. You know, I love to hang out with founders of mission-driven brands, and this is a great mission. So many different levels to this mission. And if you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you listen again. And in the meantime, stay cool and stay strong. Thank you, Carolina. Thank you so much, Oliver. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you so much, Duncan.
Much love.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Firebelly Social Show. We'll see you again next time, and be sure to click subscribe to get future episodes.